in North America, I don't know that there's any place that reveres the guy. I mean, we got cities named for him. We give our kids a day off of school for him.
We blame him for killing the Indians.
Yep, and
Native Americans.
Yeah, and he got messed up in the trade with the Jews back then because they set him up with a tribe to sell, and then he mysteriously got arrested for that, and that's when he got locked up.
Shady motherfucking Hebrews, man.
And then those evil Jews set up the slave trade for America out of Newport as their first port of order, and that'll be in the Unsolved Histories in the magazine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. We're talking about Unsolved Histories.
You get to read about that and get all the books and places where you can find those references and dates. And again, their journals are just sitting out there. Google.
And so that's going to be a column you're going to be contributing to the new magazine. You can pick that up.
Real truths and histories for us locally, and then I'll branch out into everybody else's trash.
And this segment of 13 Folds Radio is brought to you by Providence Synagogue.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't even know.
Would you even want to spit out any more Christopher Columbus facts?
Thankfully, that's all I've got.
That's all you got?
That's all I had in my notes. So,
well, didn't you learn a thing or two about a thing or two? How you doing?
Thanks again, Christopher Columbus and Wikipedia.
That's
truth. It seems like the Vikings always get a free ride when everyone now knows they're the ones who discovered North America.
No, they were just one of the people who came through. The Knights Templar have been up here. There's Egyptians.
Oh, I know. They got Polynesians over on the West Coast. The Smithsonian. They're a big one. Who everyone always gives shit to NASA and the CIA and everything, but believe it or not, the Smithsonian is one of the biggest agents of ignorance.
Oh, big time!
In the United
States,
a
lot of lies.
More than social media.
They're right up there with social media.
With social media, social media, NASA, and then the Smithsonian.
But social media, I mean, you know better than to go to Facebook for archaeological information.
Oh, and if you do that,
there goes my segment.
Stop it.
But for real, whenever. I guess all throughout the 1800s and early 1900s, people were finding giant skeletons all over the country.
6-foot femurs.
And you'd read it, you read on day one, the 1912, Ohio River Gazette, and they talk about, so-and-so found a 16-foot tall skeleton in the burial mounds, yada, 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 Smithsonian.
Well, they found a cave full of them. They pulled 27 bodies out of it. That range from 7 feet to 13 feet.
And the last thing you'd ever read about it was that agents from the Smithsonian were coming to investigate, and that would be
FEMA.
That would be it. It would
set
be
up camp and leave, and nothing's left.
And you could call them. You could go to the Smithsonian today with those old news clippings. You'd be like, "Hey, whatever happened to those bones you guys took?" And they'd be like, "What bones?
We don't know what you're talking about."
Black
hood over the head.
They found ancient Egyptian. Tombs and
I actually watched
temples
a whole documentary on that guy.
On the north end of the Grand Canyon, and to this day, all the formations at the northern end of the Grand Canyon, they're all called the Spire of Osiris and all of this, and yet the Smithsonian's what Egyptian artifacts?
Yep, yeah, that was the son of this. Was it the Caesar that was in love with? Was the African queen
Cleopatra?
Yeah, Cleopatra. She met up with him, had his son. He gave her his ring, and then when the son was old enough, he went back and met up with his dad, and then he set up in America where they found his tomb, just like the Egypt set up a pyramid, gold, everything.
All kinds of hidden history, man.
People
That's
were
what I'm talking
traveling.
about.
They just make people think, all they had was rowboats. What do you mean? They couldn't go from continent to continent. Obviously, they were.
Apparently not. You know what? Let's put a wrap on that. We're going to come back in the next segment. We're going to talk about some stuff that we are qualified to talk about. We're going to hit up those movie remakes.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So don't go anywhere. You're listening to 13 Folds Radio on RI, freeradio.org. David, what are you playing us out to?
This is Elliot Moss, Slip. Enjoy.
I won't keep watching you dance around in your smoke and flicker out. You're not the light I used to know. I don't believe in safety nets. Stronger love, make it alright to let go. You gotta hold on. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your head. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your head. Whoa, oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your head. What's the matter? You don't have enough rain to make up your storm. What you look so sad for? Where's the light I used to know? Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your head. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your head. Where's that light I used to know? Where's that light I used to know? Where's that light I used to know? Where's the light I used to know? Slip, slip, slip through your hands. Oh, 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 it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hand. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hand. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hand. Oh, oh, oh,
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer inside. It's on my sleeve, my skin will scream, reminding me of who I killed inside my dream. I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction to mask what is real. I could pull the steering wheel. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. To find over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Oh my, too deep, please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There are things we can do, but from the things that work there are only two, and from the two that we choose to do, peace will win and fear will lose. It is faith and there's sleep. We need to pick one, please, because faith is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to think, and for us to think is to be alive. And I will try with every rhyme to come across like I am dying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Reminder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Welcome back to 13 Folds Radio on RIFreeradio.org. That was Car Radio by 21 Pilots. And if I'm not mistaken, that is Christopher Walken doing lead vocals on that. Sounds like Christopher Walken rap.
I just sit in silence.
That's all I got out of that,
Amazing.
actually.
So, you got any new facts? I got any facts on Christopher Walken over there?
You just talk slow and funny.
It was Christopher Walken that brought VD back to Europe.
And he does awesome video game reviews.
I gave the world syphilis. Loved it.
So, speaking of Christopher Walken, we have